say to go live, and the phone went live by itself. Whew. All right, guys. Interesting conversation this morning with a gentleman in Florida. Tallahassee, Florida, as a matter of fact. He owns a junk removal service in Tallahassee, which is the capital of Florida. I just found that out too. And he was needing help with a video estimate. So he got on the phone. He did a video. This old man came out of the house, and she was actually younger than him, which was kind of weird. Maybe it was his daughter, but he does this sales pitch. And I'm going to tell you, a good salesman with a great salesman. This is going to be a good video. You're going to learn something from this. From this one, you will learn something, okay? All right, let's start off. What's up, guys? My name is Ricardo. I'm the owner of junkguysdfw.net. I've been doing junk removal for the last 17 years. Isn't that crazy? That's a long time. That is a long time. Anyway, so I got off this phone. This gentleman calls me this morning, and he says, "Hey man, I've seen your videos, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing an estimate. Can you tell me what to look for?" And I said, "Brother, where are you at?" And he goes, "Well, I'm in front of the person's house. They have a ranch-style house in Tallahassee." And I said, "Well, listen, why don't you just, Google Meet me, and let's go through the property, and let's talk. While we're going through the property, let's just talk and see what's going on." And walk me through the property and just tell him that I'm your boss and whatever. So he had his phone on. We walked the ranch. It was a ranch in Tallahassee, like a big old estate, what it was. I don't want to say it was a ranch. It was more like an estate. And he said, "Yeah, that's a great idea." So he had his phone on, and I was watching him. And then he's talking to the customer. So he comes on the property. He gets out of his car. He walks up to the customer. He introduces himself really good. "Hey, I'm yada yada. Where's the stuff you want me to look at?" And he goes into the barn in the back, and he starts looking at everything. And I'm going to tell you, I start noticing that one of the reasons why his salesmanship is not great is because he's not a great salesman. He's telling the customer how he's going to do the job, what's going to intake to do the job, what is it going to take to do the job. And I've seen this thousands of times from other junk removal companies. All he's doing is talking. "Well, ma'am, I'm going to have to get 2 or 3 trailers out here. Every trailer is $700. And when I get this trailer, my 4 guys are going to have to get out. And, I can remove this, ma'am. I'm going to remove this. Use dolly to do this." And he's explaining everything to a detail. Everything to a detail. What kind of truck he's going to pull out. He actually said, "Well, ma'am, I got my F-250. It's a brand new truck. I just got it last year, so it can get on the ground here. It'll get on the dirt right here. I know you ain't got paved over here, but it'll do it." And I'm like, okay, I'm saying, okay. I mean, he's giving a little more info than I would. And then he just goes off and he says, "Ma'am, it's going to take us about 2-3 hours to do this job, and when we knock it out, we'll charge you." He's just talking away. And I'm going to tell you, he says everything, and he gives a detailed description of everything he's going to do at this job. A detailed description of everything he's going to do. And I'm looking at him and I'm going, "Okay, bro, okay, when are you going to get to the good stuff? When are you going to do the sell-through?" He never finishes it. And that's where we separate ourselves from a good salesman to an absolutely great salesman. A great salesman and a good salesman. And I want to explain that to you. Here's one of the techniques he did wrong. He described, while he's at this old man's house and his daughter or wife, young wife, was outside. He explains how the job is going to be done, how he's going to get the job done, and what kind of vehicles he's going to do with the job, which was outstanding because he gives a really detailed, something that I wouldn't really care to talk about. He says all this information, gives all this guide of how he's going to do it, but he failed. If he gets the job or if he doesn't get the job, I have no idea. He didn't say anything to me. He said they'll reach back out to him. But not once did he tell the customer a technique that I use all the time. And this is something I never talk about, is how the customer is going to feel. See, guys, a great salesmanship, a good salesman will tell you how you're going to feel when the job is getting done and after the job is getting done. For instance, watch how I present this. Ma'am, listen, I can come out here, I'll clean out your whole garage. I'm gonna have a 2-man crew. I'm gonna bring my F-250. We're gonna back up my 17-foot trailer. We're gonna load everything up there. We're gonna get it done quick and easy for you, right? That's technique number 1. Number 2, and this is something I do a lot, except to me, it's not a technique. It's just an easy sell. Here's what I'll say to the customer. Well, ma'am, I appreciate you calling me out here. You know, getting rid of this stuff is going to make you feel a lot better. And you're going to be able to grab your car and pull it in. And here's one thing. You always got to be careful, ma'am, when you come out to the garage. And I'm pretty sure you got to step over things. You know, you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. When I'm done, I'm going to grab everything and put it in my trailer. And that's it. It's going to be easy on you. You don't have to have that headache of worrying about this. Let me take care of this for you. Let me knock it out and get it done. You'll be satisfied. I'm going to take care of all your stuff. And here's another thing, ma'am. I'm going to be sure I recycle all this stuff for you. All right? I'm going to charge you $2,000 for the garage clean out. Let me know how you feel, okay? Wow. That makes a difference. And you know what? That's going to make a difference on your sell-through. Don't tell the customer how you're going to do the job, what equipment you're going to use the job, how many guys you're going to take to do the job. No. Satisfaction is what they're looking for. Let these people know how they're going to feel when the job is done, during the job. Hit them with the emotions. And that's something I do, and I'm not doing it on purpose. It just comes out of my mouth naturally. I do have this line that I always use, and I always say this. And I just realized it when I was listening to this guy, and I was like, dude, he never told the person how he's going to feel. I've never talked about this in my channel. But I always say something like, ma'am, you're going to be satisfied. You're going to have an empty room. You can pull your cars in now. I always say something like that. And I was just thinking about this guy. He was doing an estimate to get his barn cleaned out. And he had his tractor outside. I saw his little John Deere tractor outside. And not once did he tell the guy he's going to clean out the barn so he moved this tractor out of the way and put it in his barn. Not once did he ever say that. And I was just kind of baffled at the whole fact that during the estimate, he never ever once said that. And it was crazy to me. Regardless, I don't know if he's going to get the job, but I told him after he did the estimate, the junk removal company in Tallahassee, after he did the estimate, I told him, listen, bro, you're messing up. You're never telling the customer how they're going to feel about it. And that's what separates a good salesman from a bad salesman. Guys, you have to hit the emotion chords of a person about their feelings, about how satisfied and how great they're going to feel. You know, I'm going to tell you something. This is something I do in my junkyard haunted house. When people come up to the front door, they always ask me how scary it is. Hey, how big is this haunted house and how scary is it? And I always go for the scare. I don't tell them how big it is. I said, I'm going to tell you something. And this is what I say to them. I said, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be absolutely terrified. And maybe this isn't a haunted house for you. Our whole intentions is to make you scared and get you petrified in our haunted house. I want you to be leaving here crying or shaking. It's a huge haunted house. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to be absolutely terrified when you leave this haunted house. This is the last thing I do. This is not how to sell the haunted house. Okay? Our haunted house is huge. It is 25,000 square feet of turns and creaks and jump scares. I'm going to let you know something, that after you're done with this haunted house, you won't go anywhere else. This haunted house is made for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Because I'm going to tell you something, folks. People aren't looking for that. They want to know how petrified and how scared they're going to be when they go to that haunted house. And that's how I sell my haunted house online. And that's how I've been successful in my haunted house. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. You should be doing this when you're doing a salesman pitch. Tell the people about their satisfaction, about how they're going to feel when you go and you do their job, when you're going to clean out the garage or the estate or whatever you're going to do. You have to hit those chords with these people, okay? I'm going to leave you with that. I'm here at this next job. I'll see y'all later, guys. I'm in McKinney, Texas. See you later. Have a great one, man. Bye-bye.